what's happening? It's Ike from Flipside Music, and I am here with
Dallon
from the shallows of Denvershire.
of Denvershire.
Fighting crimes and such.
With the Denver Hobbits. Yeah. Actually, there are a lot of Hobbits in Denver. There's a fair amount of shorties.
I don't know. People might get pissed. Be careful.
Sure.
Short people.
Well, you have to be exceptionally short for me to classify you as a hobbit.
They have to have hairy feet.
Yeah.
Is that like
they gotta be hairy feet and they gotta be a certain size.
He's got hairy feet. Okay, well, welcome. F.A.Q. number 14?
Yep.
Number 14. All right. Well, let's dive right in because we actually have a decent amount of questions and I got a thing to go to tonight. So yeah. So let's make this happen. Question number 1. Most annoying question you get asked all the time at the shop. What's the most annoying question?
Probably the most annoying question. Man. That is a tough one. For me, it is probably the string stuff. Because honestly, for me, if you don't really know if you're gonna like the strings until you try them, and most of them aren't not a big enough of a commitment that it's gonna kill you if you don't. So
what's the difference between strings? Question?
Yeah,
That drives you crazy.
Yeah, because especially the further you've delved into it and the further I've looked into it, it looks like a lot of the materials are coming from similar places.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of like the tube situation.
Yeah, exactly. There's only one or two makers.
There's a decent amount of makers that make their own stuff. Kurt Mangan makes his own here in Colorado. Great strings, try not. Shameless plug. But there are other. Yeah, we should try that. Yeah, we should do that. But there are places that Ghost build. But that happens in the pedal industry and in the amp industry and everything. There's places that are building for other people.
And they've gotten big and kind of on their own now from that. But
yep. So that's your most annoying one.
Just because I feel like you should just try them. I can talk to you about them, but it doesn't really mean anything till you try them.
Oh, well, I agree.
Yeah.
And that's my default.
Yeah.
Plug
depends on what you're doing. Yeah.
It depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Plug it in. Try it out. See how it sounds. If you like it, that's it. I mean,
it's back to the whole thing. I can't sell you on your own hands.
Right. It's like sandwiches. I always go back to I default to sandwiches because
sandwich hierarchy.
Right. Well, it's like bread and sandwiches. I don't know what kind of sandwich you like. So if you say, well, what do you like? Hey, I like a Reuben. Or if I like pumpernickel bread. Mm-hmm. I'm quite the fan. But if somebody doesn't like pumpernickel, they're going to smash me in the face because they're like, what are you doing making pumpernickel?
Yeah.
See, so at the end of the day, I could say this is good for pumpernickel. It's really good.
Yes.
And if you like it, I would say that's a good option.
Yes.
But if you don't like pumpernickel, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
You got to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Try non-pumpernickel.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. No,
to somebody it makes sense. To me, it makes sense. But that's the way that's the way I go with the string stuff.
Yeah. Well, because I know people definitely get dedicated to certain brands, but I feel just try them. Dunlop, just try them, or Mangan, just give them a shot. You might really find out you love them. You might not, but what's the worst? It's $5 to $10, and you'll probably be okay.
Yeah, most likely. I don't know that most people have ever bought strings and instantaneously cut them off. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like somebody called me that did that once. I'm like, all right, then.
That's hey, well, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, what's the most annoying question? Can I use your bathroom? It's right there.
Yeah. Or do you have a bathroom?
Right. Well, that's probably the most.
Yeah.
That's probably the most.
No, we have to hold it in all day.
It's literally right next to the counter.
Right.
Right there.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that annoys me so much, but it's it's in. You could see it. So the front of the shop here is not that big. Okay. We got a whole nother space in the back, which is good, but the front is not that big. So if you just kind of panned around.
Yeah, you'll find it.
A little. You're going to see the sign that says...
Restaurant.
Baños. Bathroom. So that actually is that's my most annoying question.
Well, I would say, to take that one further is, do you have a restroom? Because then in my mind...
Okay, and anything that falls within that...
Well, I think, because I guess they're probably trying to ask, like, do you have a restroom that they can use? That they're just not finishing the sentence, but...
Yeah, but I mean, it's like having it right in front of you and go, no. You can't go there. Well, if it was in the back, maybe. Like if we had to go through a labyrinth of expensive gear. Yeah. You know, you had to go into a catacomb of broken guitars. Yeah. Then yes, I would say that that's more of a legit. But it's literally right there. Who would say no? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of dickish.
No, and I like to think that they just think that if we don't have one, we just hold it in all day, just for fun. Just for fun. Yeah.
You see all the trees
just for the thrill.
Right? Yeah. You see all 2 years ago. Wee bit of a tree.
Yeah, if you come in at like 5:57, we're both like hopping right.
Totally gotta go. So that's it. Okay. That's a good question. Yeah. Moving on to question number 2. Ryan from RNA Music says, you seem to have an excessive amount of tellies. Why is that?
I feel like that's a judgment, Ryan.
I do feel that it is, and it's because I like tellies. So there. Easy answer, Ryan.
Yeah, well, we're up to like 20 some at one point. I think we're still in the neighborhood of the...
If you like tellies... or telly shapes, we got some.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Guys. Oh, no. Question. Have you guys thought about adding hats to your Flipside music gear? This is from Colin James. So yes, Colin James made a comment on Ryan from RNA Music about us not having shirts from a specific size. So what we did was...
we got like Fat Bastard size.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not
too bad.
Am I interrupting?
No, that's fine. You want to join us?
You want to come in? Say hello? Say hello to our YouTube family?
Guest feature?
Yeah. We're not.
Yeah, we're never camera ready.
So Colin James asked us if about a shirt size. So I'm guessing the hat has to do with the shirt size. Because we don't have that shirt size. But just so you know, Colin, we do have that shirt size. Well, this is also all sorts of stuff happening. I talked to my she-shirt guy, and we're working on it. So we're going to get you that, the she-shirt guy, the she-shirt guy. And we're getting, I'm going to get that T-shirt for you. And hats, yes, we're looking at putting together some.
Yeah, we've actually talked about hats for a while now. But
so we're going to do something. Yeah. We're working on trying to figure out what we want to do and how we want to do it.
Yeah.
What's up, man? You want to get in on this action? You want to get in on this F.A.Q. action?
Yeah, man.
Hey guys, this is Chris.
Mr. Chris.
He's one of the other.
He's the third amigo now.
He's the third amigo. Third amigo? Yeah, I can't talk. Third amigo.
What's going on right now? But
well, we're trying to do it.
He's got a jam.
I got a jam to go to, and
trying to squeeze it in.
Nice.
We're trying to just do this stuff, while we
can.
Tag Chris in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, does anyone want to take care of that guy?
Sure.
So that's Chris. If you come in the shop, see Chris, he'll take care of you. He knows some stuff.
Right.
All right.
And things.
And stuff. Sheets,
she-shirts.
Things.
He knows all about those
she-shirts. Okay, so next question. I have a question this week, though. That's something else. Talk to me about Echoplex pedals, EP boost, fans, not fans. He's coming to the shop, apparently. To ask this question, this is from Christopher Volante.
I feel like a better question. How could you not be a fan of that?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No, they might not be for everybody, but I think around here we both like them.
Yeah, I'd say for us, I like them. I like the EP boost or the booster. Terribly.
Well, the mini booster, or whatever.
Yeah, terribly named.
MXR.
Yeah. But both of those are Echoplex types. The booster from MXR is the Echoplex and a boost pedal.
A micro amp.
Yeah, micro amp together, which is killer. The regular Echoplex I think is awesome. And then the EP boost is another one that I really like. I think it's a great pedal. Personally.
Yeah, and here too, I'm also not sure if he's going because I'm a big fan of the delay portions as well. I mean, the boosts are sweet, but the delays are also pretty cool, like the Bell Epic. Yeah, like those are all really, really cool. And a lot of the preamps these days, I mean, there's a few variants. Obviously, the Bell Epic preamp is probably the most on point, but it's also probably the most expensive.
Yeah.
But it is probably if you're going for that sound, I've had a few guys that. They think it sounds pretty damn close to the solid state Echoplex.
I like them. So I think the answer here is we'll go with it.
Yeah, definitely fans.
Definitely fans of the EP boost.
Yeah, and if you
or
have
EP
one,
Echoplex stuff.
And if you have one, try it at the end of your chain, because a lot of people tend to like boost them into other stuff, which is fine. But if you run them at the end of your chain, you'll actually get, you'll get kind of more of the way the Echoplex used to function, because the drive was at the end to kind of boost the delay into the amp. So
and it's kind of an unveiling.
Yeah, it kind of takes the blanket
effect
off and it just opens everything back up.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It always seems to just make it more
without adding like a ton of gain or anything. Yeah,
right. A little bit more alive.
Yeah.
All right, next question. This is from MJ Yonkers. So the new Electro-Harmonix Grand Canyon is like the new super delay Swiss Army knife of delays. Do you guys, as music industry gurus that we are, we're a guru. We're a guru. Do you see pedal companies moving more towards trying to fit more stuff into one box, or do you think that the simple, straightforward stuff will hold on and stand the test of time? He says, I'm thinking of the Keeley Aria, the Strymon Flint, the EQD Palisades, even end of the spectrum with huge multi-effects boards like the Line 6 Helix or Boss GT stuff. He wants to hear what our thoughts are on such things.
I think there's always going to be camps for both. 'Cause there's a lot of guys in here that they want the one thing that does the one job and does it really well. And then there's the other guys that do want like a jack of all trades. And I think there's always going to be people that fall into that. Like, I don't think people are going to change, even though the gear is always changing all the time. I don't think people are going to change that much. So I think there's always going to be room for both. And honestly, too, it seems cyclical or whatever. The way people like all of a sudden, like there's
But I think that is also, I think the cyclical part is the evolution of a player's development.
Okay.
So I think what happens a lot of time, because how many times have we seen this? We've seen the younger guys that are buying, well, it applies to a lot. But you see guys that buy a lot of individual pedals, they're putting their board together, they got their great board. Because they're out there gigging all the time, they're doing this, they're on the hunt for that tone, they're doing whatever it is with their band or even their cover band or something like that.
Yeah, like they just joined a new band and they got to hit that exact tone, so they're buying the new pedal.
And they want one thing.
Right.
So they might want a $100 pedal or a $70 pedal that does one thing. They got 45 seconds of a song that has chorus and that's all they need. So I think that's where an individual pedal will definitely stand up.
Well, then it's always easier to swap it out. Like if you didn't like it or don't like it down the road, that's easy enough to trade or whatever and swap in another one.
Right. And then, so going along with that, I think what also happens is you get these guys that are getting older and then they're like, I don't want any of that crap. I want to have one thing, I got one
thing that does all of it.
I got one box in front of me to tap dance on that does everything that I need to do. Because there again, what's their band? That might be a cover band, or that might be an original band that does, and that just does.
Or they might be playing more at home versus when they were playing out more.
And recording at home and doing that kind of stuff. So, I guess at the end of the day, my answer to that is the same as yours. There's going to be camps for both. I think it comes down to a need basis. Some guys are going to need more robust multi-effects, and it's going to be one of those situations where it's like, okay, that sounds really good. Let's say the Line 6 Helix or the GT1000 from Boss. Are they the end-all and be-all of that tone? Maybe not.
Maybe not, but they'll cover a good territory for you.
Yeah, and they're going to go with it, and that's going to be it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's the other camp, too, that wants dead simple. Just like as simple as possible, and so that's why they go modular. And because a lot of, like, if you don't want to navigate, I actually just had that happen this morning. Guy just hated navigating menus, so he's going away from the multi-effects and going straight towards the more analog standalone pedals, just because he hates menus. So, that was enough to rule out any multi-effects for him.
And there's going to be some guys that don't need it.
Yes.
Hey, I want to play rock. I'm playing rock stuff, and all I need is this and this. That's it.
Yeah.
So, I hope that answers your question. So, yeah, I think there's going to be a room for both, and so therefore, I think companies are going to continue kind of going with what they feel is right for the marketplace and what they feel is going to work with the players that they know. A lot of the stuff that these guys come up with is through reading stuff in forums, is in hanging out with other musicians that are doing cool things, and they're going, you know what? I should put this with that.
Right.
Back to the sandwich thing.
Yeah.
Some guy said, I got peanut butter.
No, that's
and I should put something with that.
So you're saying like a Helix is a build your own sandwich? That's like the Jimmy John's of
could be. It's more like a CC's pizza. You pick your toppings and
it's a buffet.
Boom.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's a plethora. Yeah.
Would you say I have a plethora of
Sí,
effects?
Sí,
el guitarro. So that's my answer.
Yeah, and honestly too, as the multi-effects get better, because I feel like for the longest time those probably had a bad rep.
Yeah.
Deservedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas like now, like you can legitimately get some pretty solid stuff that does a lot. So.
Well, there's a lot of guys that are doing that.
Yeah.
And in the Helix is a killer.
Probably one of the prime examples.
The GT1000 is killer. I mean, can't beat that. And then then you also have all the modeling stuff that's out there too.
Right, the Eventide stuff with
F.A.Q and all that stuff. Yeah. So I mean, it's everywhere, and that's just going to get more prevalent.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think if it works for you and you know you need it, you'll get there eventually. If it's not for you, you'll probably have no reason to look at it. So.
Yep. There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
All right, next one. Mr. Terry Starks. What pedals would be your minimalist pedal board? Example, not brands, but types like tuner, fuzz, or whatever. I live about an hour from RNA Music in a small town called Dallas. We have one, Sam Ash and GC. I'm sorry about that. Why isn't there some mom and pop shops here, in your opinion? Because Ryan's not there.
So that's a multi-tiered question. I say.
Well, it's really a two-parter, yeah.
Well, that's what I said, multi-tier-ish. Sure.
One
tier, two-tier, multi-tier.
Bi-tiered.
It's a bilateral tierage, which coincides.
It's downright stratified.
Okay, so first part of the question is minimalist pedal board. So tuner.
Gotta have a tuner, yeah.
Yeah, tuner is smart.
Yeah.
Because it's a tuner.
Yeah.
Overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say a reverb, if you don't have reverb in your amp.
Yeah.
If you do, I would go delay. And that's about as far as I think it was what you would need.
Well, for me, I probably would want a fuzz just because I do some stuff that's definitely fuzz and I do some stuff that's definitely overdrive or distortion. So probably a fuzz and a overdrive, or even one that covers both, like the Black Forest or something could cover.
Yeah.
Kind of
or
both
Tres
spots.
Diablos.
Yeah, that's another one that covers
Tres Diablos. Because what's better than one Diablo? Tres Diablos. But that's what I would say. I would say overdrive, tuner, overdrive, delay, and or reverb. Wah, if you're a wah.
Oh yeah,
person,
I'd have to have a wah because I'm too crappy at lead to not have a wah.
I do like a wah. But I think if that's what you had to do for minimal, you could get away with a lot using that rig.
Yeah.
As long as you're not doing a bunch of spacey stuff, because if you're doing spacey stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're in like a pop band, or if you're in like a, I don't know. I'm sure chorus is probably one that a lot of people out there would feel like they'd have to have. Yeah. I don't feel like I need it, but I'm sure there's a few people out there, depending on the genre.
Well, and it depends on what you're playing.
Yeah.
It always defaults back to depends on what you're playing. If that's what you play, then that's what you need.
Yeah.
But minimalist, I would go with that. So then let's move on to tier 2, or part B, example.
The second
tier. Why isn't there more mom and pops in this small town called Dallas? I hope I'm saying that right.
Dallas. Dallas, Texas.
Here's my opinion. This is not an easy business, and it's expensive. And there's, contrary to popular belief, people think that there's a lot of margins in this stuff, and it's really not the case. It's really not the case. Because once you start taking percentages away for, like, if you sell on reverb, they take money. You got to put it in a box. That box costs money. You got to boxify it.
Well, and you probably paid to have it shipped to you in the first place, because most of those places never cut you a break on shipping.
And especially for small businesses. Now, here's the thing: the big guys.
Yeah, the bigger you get, somehow the better.
They're that's that way for everything. Those guys are putting giant orders in, so they're not paying what we're paying. They're paying less than what we're paying. Then they're giving free shipping because everybody's kissing their ass.
Yeah, which their margins then go that much.
Right. Then their margins get bigger, so they want to offer a discount. They can offer a discount and still be able to keep the lights on to a certain extent. So mom and pops, it's a little bit tougher. That's why we've seen videos about how to get a better deal here and there. hey, it's great to get a better deal from your local guitar shop.
The big box stores.
But the big box stores can absorb some of those deal-hungry, folks.
Yes.
For us, if we're cutting deals, it's a lot of times it's the approach.
Well, it's a real,
It's the item. It is, our regulars get deals here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well, yeah, because they treat us well, so we extend.
They support
back.
us, so we work a deal where we can, when we can. Because there are some products that we have a little bit more margin in, and we can do stuff like that.
Yeah, and then there's others
other
that we
ones
just
that
can't move on. Yeah.
And I mean, you've seen it. I've told people, I'm like, man, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Or we cut you like a really good break on something we can afford to do that on, so that you feel like that way you're still getting a break, but it might be more on one item and none on a different one.
Right.
But you're still getting roughly the same kind of discount.
Yeah, and so
I mean, I guess it works out. Yeah.
It's just, and that's why, as mom and pop business, it can be very difficult. It's stressful. I didn't have any of this gray shit when I started this. Now, granted, I'm getting older too, but that's a whole other story. But the thing is it can be stressful. There's a lot of money invested. I mean, none of this stuff is inexpensive. It's not like it's hanging here for free.
Yeah, and each mistake on each thing costs money. So I mean, like each fret wire sticking out, anything and everything that can go wrong.
If we have to ship a guitar to like Maine and then they return it, there's nothing left.
Right.
We gotta.
That margin is deceased.
Yeah, so that it is no more. It ceases to exist.
It ceases to be.
Right.
It's gone to meet its maker. It's pushing up the proverbial daisies.
So it's just difficult as a small store. Not saying that it's undoable, because we're doing it and we're growing, and that's awesome. It's just with the advent of all the business that's going to online retailers too. There's everybody's clamoring for the business, and a lot of stuff is going online. Now there's a lot of people that love being able to come in here and try all these pedals out and actually hear it for real.
Or even just talk to us about it.
Yeah, or get some knowledge on what goes with what, how does this work with that, or actually being able to put their hands on, like a CMG guitar over here, being able to actually try that out instead of just seeing it on a picture online.
Right.
So there's definitely a lot of value in what we do, and I think there's a resurgence with people wanting the mom and pops because, you come in here, you're going to get one of us or Chris or somebody that you see pretty much all the time.
Right. Well, yeah, you're gonna get a camaraderie there that you don't have with like a big box store. If you're shopping online, like the Sweetwater guys, they might call you, which is pretty cool, but like it's not the same thing
Chris,
as like coming in. Yeah, because like we have guys that come in and we talk to them about whatever's going on in their life, whatever band they're in, whatever show they're gonna go play,
or they bring us stuff. Hey guys, check this out. I just scored this sick deal on this guitar, and we're like, well, that's cool. Or they're like, hey, I got this old vintage thing. So that's more of like a hang. It's a cool hang.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just don't get that experience with the big guys. It's just not. They're too. Yeah,
it's just corporate. We're all in the business. We do this. We got to pay our bills. This is how we pay our bills. So yes, we have to be profitable, but just losing the coolness of a guitar store for just strictly profits is
right.
I
mean, there's pros and cons to both.
So I don't know if this is answering any of why that is happening, but I think.
No, I think it's explaining to him like why they could come back or why they should come, like why mom and pop stores should come back.
I think they should come back.
Yeah.
It's just it can be difficult. There's a big investment, and it takes a while for people to trust. Like you got to get a reputation for what you do. Guitar players and musicians are picky.
Yeah.
They're picky.
Well, actually,
and if they don't think you know what you're talking about, or they don't like the gear that you have, it can be a tough road. I mean, I've walked into a lot of small shops and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
It kind of depends on. There's a lot going on there.
Well, the smaller you are, the harder it is to have something for everybody. I mean, we try, but that's a pretty hard spot to hit.
Right.
And actually, another good point I think you made the other day is like, what other business these days do you walk into and barter?
You can barter.
Yeah, like that's
I can't
something
go
that
into Target and go, that's a nice desk. I think I'm only going to give you. I know you want $200 for it,
but the best I can do is $185.
Yeah, I'm going to do $125, and I want you to assemble it for me.
Right. Or like you go in and like bring up a whole cash register stuff, and you're like, oh, you're going to cover the taxes for me, right? That's fine.
Yeah. You cover the tax. I'm still paying the tax.
Right.
I'm not saying it's wrong. Deals are deals. I mean, I get it. People want to make deals. Yeah. And it seems like the musical industry is the last bastion of the shuck and jive, along with the used car lot. Yeah. But I think there's got to be give and take in there in order for that to happen. That being said, there's still great opportunities as a small mom and pop store. It's just, if you're going to get into something, especially today with the digital age, you can get into stuff for way cheaper than what this wall costs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I can be like, hey, I'm a guru. I make natural soaps that clean stuff. And for $300 on a website, you could be the soap. Get rolling with that, you could be the soap guy in Dallas. Yeah.
For $300 a website and a closet, you can.
In a closet, you could be the web guy in Dallas, and you could be, but that could grow and be awesome. Right. This is different. So tough business, but still a cool business, and I hope that answers the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want mom and pop shops to stay around, if you got one,
support us.
Hold on to them, because it's like. Yeah. It is kind of a dying thing that's coming back, so hopefully that'll be the case, but they won't come back if people don't go support them. So
and if you like your mom and pop, like I said, go in there, buy some strings from them. I mean, nobody's going to retire. I'm not putting a down payment on a condo in Dubai from my Daddario.
What do you mean that's not going to happen?
Yeah, from my Daddario 10 to 46 sales.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. But that traffic does help. It grows. That every little bit helps. And even on the online guys, there's a lot of small mom and pop guys that are doing videos kind of like this. If you like them, and you don't think they're dicks, buy something from them. Check out their website. They got cool. We get cool stuff.
Or even give them call them and just give them a shot to get what you want. Like it might take a little longer, but you're supporting a good cause. You're most likely supporting those people and their families. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's a much more direct interaction than you'll get with any corporate thing. Because you go to GC or Sam Ash, like who's to say that guy's going to be there the next time? Like who's to say that might not? I mean, whereas like here, I mean, that might not be, but it's most likely you're supporting somebody that's committed to that business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're committed. Or should be committed. All right, so there's the answer. That was a long ass answer. Last one. Dale Palmer.
Any relation to Dick Palmer?
There's a story that goes on. Yeah. We don't have time for that because we're already running really long.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, we'll do the Dick Palmer story for our primo subscribers.
Right. Our primo Patreon. This is our exclusive behind the scenes Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
Pay extra to hear Ike say the F word 17 times in the same sentence without a comma.
Or a pause.
You're laughing.
Oh, it's so possible.
But it can be done.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
It's been done.
Just listen to one of my stories when the camera's not on. All right, okay, you read it.
It was interesting to hear about the career change that many of us make with so many pedals and pedal makers these days. How do we overcome option paralysis, deciding which to buy when? So many are not available to try out in stores when it's tough to experience the real sound from online reviews. So basically, I think he's asking, with so many options out there, how do you distinguish? Another good reason to go to a mom and pop shop.
Yep, because that was going to be my answer. Go to your mom and pop shop that carries this shit.
Well, or they'll at least help you narrow it down.
Yeah, and ask those guys, and then plug it in, push some
air.
Pick
our brains.
Yeah, push some air. Hear how it sounds and go, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Because some places, like us, you could bring your pedal board in, plug it into your pedal board, and try it out. Bring your rig. Bring your amp.
We get guys that do it all the time.
Yeah, we got guys.
On the other side, on the flip side of that, we also have guys if you want to try, a dozen Tube Screamer type clones, we've got it. You want to try 20 clones, we've got it. You want to try 60 different fuzzes. We've got it. So, then you can make up your mind.
That's a lot. We don't have 60 fuzzes.
I think we do.
Do you think so?
I think I think so. I mean, if we were all full style, I think so. I mean, they're all going to be within variations of that, but...
Now he's making shit up.
Yeah, sure.
Well, this is really, it's kind of like a distortion, but it's kind of an overdrive. No, it's really, if you stack it on top of the... Well, if you put it...
Well, water's wet from the standpoint of water.
Of aquatation. if you aquify this particular thing, it's very wet. Wet right up.
It'd be moist even.
Oh, man.
But
So,
yeah, no, if you
just-
like, yeah, go to a place.
go to a place, try it out. Yes, we have a ton of pedals here. Everybody knows that.
But if you need help narrowing it down,
if you need help narrowing it down,
that's what we're here for.
That's what. Yeah, we could try to get you in the ballpark. Like you want to go tone bender-y sound, or you want to go fuzz facey sound.
Yeah, we're like walking flesh indexes. That sounds totally weird, but you know what I mean.
That sounded.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't think about it before I said it.
We're not making a T-shirt out of that one.
Walking.
No T-shirts.
I'm sure Hustler has that like copyright or something.
So, yeah, just go to a place. Don't be overwhelmed by the fact that there's a ton of crap. You know, just go in
ask.
knowing what you're looking for. So if you're looking for an overdrive, somebody comes here looking for an overdrive. We have 20 of them, if not more, probably. Way
Overdrive.
More.
Oh, we got like 120.
I know, a ton more.
I know what I'm saying. But for example, we can narrow that field of 100 down to 10. Or
down to something that's going to be more in the ballpark of what you're looking for.
Right.
So,
or at least
don't get
close
paralyzed with it.
Yeah.
Just go, spend a couple hours, try some stuff out, pick what you like, but just make a decision. If you hear something you like, grab it.
Yeah, don't talk yourself out of stuff, because I actually see guys that do that a lot. Like, or they try to find something that gets like most of the way to what they want instead of what they actually wanted. Like they want the budget version or whatever it is, and that's fine. But like sometimes it is just better if you know that you like it. Just go ahead and save and get the one that you really want, instead of like constantly trying to upgrade your way to the one you want.
Yeah, I think that's foolish.
Yeah, because then by then you spent 3 or 4 times more than
and
you
a lot
ever
of
would've
aggravation
spent.
and a lot of time
and disappointment,
farting around with people, or So and crap, I just had something and now I forgot it.
Maybe I wonder if an orb.
It was the orbs, bro. Hey, Dave.
I love that somebody said something about him being in a cult was the cause for the orbs. It's like that's so great. Dr. Nick, I think.
Dr. Nick, yeah. Hey, by the way, Uncle Jeff, if you're watching, see, we were paying attention. That's it.
And if he has one we want to feature, like right there, let us know.
All right. Burp, burp. Yeah. Is that it? I think that's it, right?
Yep.
We get everybody?
Yep.
All right.
Questions are vanquished.
Yes. Thanks, everybody, for watching, tuning in, hanging out with us. And all that
thanks for all the
stuff.
questions this time. I didn't even have to ask
we had a bunch
more.
of we had a bunch of questions this time around. Yeah. And thanks. So as we go forward, we'll probably do some live stuff. Dave, our lesson instructor, said he wanted to get in.
Our orb specialist.
Our orb specialist.
That's like a never-ending thing.
The orb wizard. Wizard of orbs. We're gonna try to get him in. Maybe Rebecca might come in and do a live stream, or not. Well, maybe we'll do a live stream.
Yeah.
Or we'll do an FAQ with Chris in here. Chris, you want to do some hot FAQ action on the YouTube?
Hot FAQ action.
Get all up in them questions.
Get all in that question. Come on. Oh, we just go to PG. Is that just happened?
Yeah, we're down.
We notched. I think after I said shit earlier, we notched up to PG 13. PG
Well, I think you get like one shit, right? In PG, don't you get one shit?
I don't know.
Maybe two.
I don't give.
Yeah. Don't even give one shit. Yeah.
This is all gone to hell.
No shit's left to be given.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you staying in all the way to the end, if you did. And
the best parts were.
Best
parts are down there at the bottom.
It's at the tail end of this. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Like a Cracker Jack box.
Better box of fire.
You're on the Dr. Phil show. A problem is that you're into yourself.